All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. All right, I'm your quarter host for this show, the NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, Coach Williams. All right, and then this way, the man, the defensive hunter. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he got himself a deer over the weekend.
Man, you ain't gotta tell everybody that. Here's
Hey,
the reason why. Okay, so here's the reason why. Before we get started talking about
because you're
NFL,
defensive hunter. Defensive hunter, but people got to know. Come on, man.
I'm the shadow in the darkness. Yes, I'm the rifle that guards the realms of men, so on and so forth. Yes, but we don't do that because his the problem with it is the problem with it is that every time people see you kill a deer, you talk about, hey man, I killed a deer, I got da da da.
Oh,
Everybody wants a piece of it. And they don't know what go into it. Most of the people that be asking for that for deer, for venison, they be like, you know, hey man, go give me a roast. I want some backstrap. You gonna keep wanting. I'm just saying, you gonna keep wanting because they don't understand what goes in the time, the money, and the effort that goes into hunting. No, man, like this going, hey baby. But yeah, that was my girlfriend signing in. She's a diehard Just a Fan podcast fan. Thank you, love you for it. But yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into that, man. It's like I was out there for a week and didn't see a thing. Nothing was coming to my feeders, and then like my last hunt before I had to leave and come back into town to go to work, I managed to get one, and it was like, okay, this one mine, so that's it, but people like, oh, you killed a deer, I want some meat. Like, no, you're not finna. That's like if you go to work for 40 hours and you get your paycheck and somebody like, yeah, man, give me $100. No. It's like, no, you didn't work my shifts, so anyway, but yeah, we go more into depth about deer hunting later and all that.
all right.
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
that's fine.
Well, you know what? You said a lot of stuff goes into it. You know what else goes into it?
Yeah, I don't hunt with a fully automatic rifle though.
There you go. All right. So let's get started with the first topic. All right. And man, this running back carried his team to a victory. Josh Jacobs rushed for 229 yards.
Let me tell you something.
94 yards receiving, 303 yards total, 2 rushing touchdowns as the Raiders won the game.
Let me tell you something. If you recall, they had him, I believe, on the trade block early this season.
Yes, they did.
And right now, he is the brightest point of their offense. Now, that's not besmirching Devontae Adams, who's on pace to hit about probably 1,200 yards receiving this year, despite their record. But yeah, Josh Jacobs he's him. He's just not on a very good team right now, but he is still dare I say it, one of the best running backs in the league. He just don't get the press. He don't get the pub. But if there's a bright point to the Raiders season, you can say Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. If they could just put it all together, it'd be awesome. You know, but me being a Niners fan, I was enjoying that particular victory by the Raiders because they basically knocked off Seattle, giving my team sole possession of the NFC West, as bad as it is. And so it's a bad division. It's very bad. It's not as bad as the South.
We didn't expect this division to be this bad either.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the South, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the NFC South.
Yeah, the NFC South is a hot mess. And it is terrible. I think you got what the leader of that division is below 500.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Matter of fact, the worst record in the NFC East or the worst record in the AFC East would be number one in the NFC South.
See, and so the NFC West, I would say is mediocre. That's what I would say. It's not terrible, but it's not great. You got two teams above 500, and then two teams that are abysmal, including the Rams.
And
that I said was going to be pretty bad.
And it got worse for the Rams too, but that's another topic for another day.
Because now I'm admit when I was wrong, because I said the Rams was probably going to bounce back, win the division, but then lose the first round of their first playoff game, and the Niners was going to come in second. So, but that's one of the times I was wrong. Because I said they're not that good. They're going to lose the first round of the playoff. They ain't going to even make the playoffs. Throw dirt on them. So, but
key players.
That was a phenomenal game. The fact that the Raiders was able to go in overtime. It's less about the Raiders being good and about the Seahawks being kind of suspect. But I'm not here to bash the Seahawks because let's be honest, there's several as we talked about last week, there are several teams in the NFC that are suspect, even the ones that have quote unquote good records. So, it is what it is. So let's get it rolling, man. Let's talk some football. Hopefully, Steve will be through dancing his shift at the Thermostat Ladies Club. He gonna wash all the glitter off and get off the pole, and he gonna come and be on the show a little bit later. Hopefully, that's what he said. He said he had to dance, get a couple more lap dances in, and then
I think somebody might be ready. He might wash all that glitter off. Let me see.
He washed all the glitter.
Listen, man. Listen.
He washed all the glitter off, and he put on a new T-shirt and everything.
Y'all, I'm not sharing this link because of what I just said. Y'all can stop slandering my name.
Ain't nobody slandering you, Frank. Man, you making money. Ain't nobody.
Gentlemen.
Hey, get your money. Hey, make the money. Don't let the money make you. That's all I'm saying.
Pandemonium is trying to create pandemonium.
I am not trying to. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, dog. I couldn't take them extra shifts at LeBare's.
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at?
Where them dollars at? She's like, you mine. If you gonna dance, you gonna dance for me.
So, what's going on, man?
I can't dance at LeBare's no more. So I envy you, Steve. So you do what you got to do, man.
Get that money down. Looking like Chung Lee doing a whirlwind kick.
What's going on, fellas? What we talking about?
Hey, man. Hey, look. So Josh Jacobs, man, 229 yards on the ground, 74 yards through the air, 303 total, 2 touchdowns.
Man, if I'm him, I might be trying to look to play elsewhere. Just my opinion. His career's getting wasted, in my opinion.
Him and Devontae.
What do y'all think?
Hey, look, Steve. You know me, man. You know me. I wouldn't with Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, and Josh Jacobs. There ain't no way in the world I'm wasting all 4 of them, man. Yo, we be number one in the AFC West. Forget Kansas City.
Now, to be fair, Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller are on IR. No, they're not. They haven't played in
guess what?
3-4 weeks now.
Hey! When they were playing in the beginning of the season, they were still being wasted.
Yeah, and that right there, I have to put on Josh McDaniels.
Of course, absolutely. He's not a good NFL coach.
Nope.
Again, and we're gonna talk about another coach later who has a bunch of weapons and ain't really doing a whole lot with them.
Yeah.
Well,
He
you
on
know
the
what?
West Coast too.
Guess what?
But
Guess what? That's a head coach that could be fired at some point soon. And when I'm talking about before Black Monday.
oh, absolutely. Now that if you're looking at that, I don't think Josh McDaniels is gonna get fired.
No,
because
and that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Because what's Davis? Davis came out and supported him and said, "Hey, Rome wasn't building today. We're gonna stick with him."
Okay.
Blah da 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 da.
Okay.
That's the type of stuff you say for somebody like Dan Campbell in Detroit, because Dan Campbell gives you bright spots to show you that the team was on an upward trajectory. The Raiders are not on an upward trajectory. Okay, hey man,
and they have a good roster. Like
yes,
the Raiders' real problem is their roster just isn't good enough yet. They're almost good enough.
Yeah,
the roster is not quite there, and they're still giving every team they play a tough time.
Mm-hmm. But it's you got to say it's coaching, man. It's like what's going on, man. You should be able to do better.
Look, there's some bad head coaches in the NFL, and it shows. It's two in the AFC West.
Oh yeah. It's not.
So let's get to coaching. Can I go somewhere real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to the Ravens right now.
Okay, let's talk about them.
I'm going to the Ravens right now because they have lost 3 or 4 games when they're up by double digits within the last 3 minutes of the game. It's not Lamar Jackson's fault. Not the defense's fault. As an offensive coordinator, you have to create game plans to extend your drive to get first downs.
We've been critical of Greg Roman
since forever.
I'm going to be critical of Greg Roman.
He has to be held accountable. Justin Tucker missed a field goal that he usually makes. So for
that's
once,
67 yards, Steve. That's 67 yards.
Listen. For once in the very rare time frame, he couldn't be the hero. It should not come down to that. It should be the OC being able to get first downs, chew the clock, burn it. Lamar's creating plays on his own. Plays ain't there. Lamar's making first downs out of thin air. The OC has to be held accountable. Defense is good. They have the defense weapons. They have all the players they need on defense. All the players they need.
Now, if you let some Ravens fans tell it, there's a whole uproar.
They love Greg Roman.
They will defend Greg Roman tooth and nail.
And you know what? And that's why he still has a job. Keep defending him. He's still going to be offensive coordinator.
But those same people, them same people. Why we need to pay Lamar $250 million? Because he your offense.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes things happen outside of the drawing up offense that you basically wouldn't be where you are without Lamar Jackson as your coach. They still feeling the burn of paying Joe Flacco all of that money. And they feel jaded. But I'm sorry, you got to pay Lamar. If you want
Lamar
to agree. Yeah.
Lamar's better than Flacco.
Well, remember, he's the reason why Harbaugh still has a job. Let Lamar walk the dead on Houston or Indianapolis.
Man, let me tell you what.
And we're gonna see. I know Houston ain't the franchise you don't want him to go to, but let him go anywhere else. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see how long Harbaugh has a job and how happy these Raven fans want to be.
Agreed.
They're really kind of fickle fans when it comes to stuff like that. And it's like, really, you need to appreciate what you got and really point the fingers in the right direction of what's wrong with your team. That's the biggest deal. I like John Harbaugh, but he does some silly stuff sometimes. Like, all the time we talk about in our group, why didn't he take the points? Why did he go for it that time? I think they go for it more than just about any team in the league.
Agreed.
And I think they've been spoiled by a lot of Ravens fans. I love Baltimore, just moved from there. But again, I think they're spoiled by how good the defense has been and how good Tucker is. I mean, you think about it, you get past the 50, you can most likely get points. Tucker's leg is not going to last forever.
No, but as of right now, he the GOAT.
Right.
And I don't like to use that term. I don't like because this generation like it's called everything the GOAT. If you good at something, you the GOAT. No. He the GOAT.
Right, but he's
That's
not
a
going to
bad
last.
man.
But he's not going to last forever. So when you can't
Look,
get points no matter what past the 50, oh shoot, your OC didn't translate a drive into points. What you going to do now?
That's the OC. Give me a call, Baltimore.
you don't have to. Hey man, you preach to the choir when it comes to Greg Roman.
Right
Greg
here. See that?
Roman.
Yeah.
So they should have won
Greg
some of those
Roman
games.
was the offensive coordinator in San Francisco. Most of us could not stand him because it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust for 2 downs, and then trying to sling it down the field on the 3rd down on an obvious passing down. He kind of wasted. He really did waste Colin Kaepernick, you know. But he was the. I just and Baltimore fans probably ready to fight me right now, but I'm like, Greg Roman's holding y'all back.
He coaches 1940s flex bone offense.
Yeah, he's
University style.
He's very predictable, and what makes the Ravens go is the fact that the unpredictability of Lamar Jackson is what makes the Ravens go. Yeah. And they just happen to look up and have a pretty good doggone backup. That's his game is similar to Lamar. Mm-hmm. He's a couple of tiers down from Lamar, but he's a damn good backup, and he can play. So when he comes in, the style doesn't change because he can do all the things Lamar can do on a lesser volume. You know,
I can tell by watching the game. I can tell Lamar still needs to develop as a passer, and no one's doing that. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying there are some throws that he's not quite making that he should be able to make by now. But again, that's what quarterback coaches and true OCs do. He doesn't have either.
Nope. And my thing is 2 positions you really, really need to be strong at for coaching is quarterback and offensive line, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's transition to the next topic. But
speaking of quarterbacks, we have and let's stay in the AFC North. We have a quarterback returning this week that's been suspended and missed 11 games. Man, Deshaun Watson is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this. Steve, how do you feel about this, man?
I think it's great. The crazy part is the Browns have been playing decent recently. He's gonna make him better if he plays the way he played when we last saw him. Now there's gonna be some rust. Definitely. We know in practicing there's no. I mean, game time speed is different than practice. So
absolutely. I was gonna say that. Go ahead.
It's gonna take probably a game or 2 for him to get in his groove. If he is what he was before, we don't know what he's been going through. It's a lot of variables that could play. I don't think he's gonna pop in, and I could be completely wrong. I would love to be wrong. I want to see him be successful right away, but he hasn't started a game in a while.
That's true.
If this offensive coordinator, I forgot who the offensive coordinator, play caller for the Browns is, but first of all, the Browns don't really run through the quarterback right now. They run through the running game. They run through Chubb and they run through Kareem Hunt. And they can bring Deshaun along slowly. Jacoby Brissett deserves a shot at a starting job next year at somebody's franchise.
Absolutely.
Somebody should trade for him. I don't know what his contract is right now, but I don't know if he's a free agent at the end of the year or what. But the discussion was before the season started.
Okay.
Before the season started, our discussion was if they could keep their head above water and stay afloat until Deshaun Watson come back, it's going to be an issue for the playoff picture in the AFC. And that's exactly what's about to happen. If Deshaun Watson, Alex Van Pelt, thank you. If he knows what he's doing, you're going to bring Deshaun in slowly because guess what? You can win. They've shown that they can win with the running game and a few correctly placed passes.
And you have a true number 1 in Amari Cooper. He's still number 1.
And hey, the rest of those receivers aren't chopped liver. They just ain't household names.
Right.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, he's solid. He's a solid number 2. And then, David Njoku is starting to become emerge like we always knew he could. He started. So that running game and some well-placed passing, well-timed passing. The defense is pretty solid. Myles Garrett is still hunting quarterbacks. I think he's leading the league in sacks. So,
is it him?
Oh, is it?
huh? Say again.
Is it him? Because I know one time Matthew Judon was leading the league in sacks.
Somebody, I think that
You know, a few weeks ago.
he's up. I know it's Matthew Judon, Myles Garrett, and Nick Bosa. And each week they flip. Somebody get one
It's
sack.
Judon Parsons Bosa right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Judon
13,
Parsons.
12, 11 and a half. Yep.
Okay. So, but Myles Garrett is probably somewhere in that top 5, right? More than likely.
So
Give me a second.
So
Go
basically,
ahead. Well, I'm gonna look it up.
the point I'm making is that Cleveland has a solid defense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not great, but solid.
Absolutely.
And so this is the perfect situation for Deshaun Watson to come back into because this team is ready to win. It's proven that it can win without him, and all he is icing on the cake now. Because as well as Jacoby Brissett played, Deshaun Watson can do some things that Jacoby Brissett can't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
he will definitely take that team to the next level.
Yeah.
And the AFC North, it's wide open, man. No one's really killing it like that up there.
And that's the next thing. That division is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You still got the Bengals who's starting to come into their own. They're starting to get back to looking like they're the AFC champs now. You have the Ravens who, if they can figure out what the hell they're going to do and stop giving away games that they had in the bag, they're going to be all right. Then you got Cleveland sitting right there.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, could be right there on top. Okay, so Myles is tied for 5th place. Okay, Myles Garrett's tied for 5th place. I knew he's top 5.
Yeah,
but that division could it could flip around. It could be a power shift, like as I like to say. So we don't know. I think the Steelers aren't quite dead, but they're kind of in the back seat. They were
eliminated last week from playoff contention.
Oh,
so they're done.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're done. Yeah,
they're mathematically done.
Yeah, as of last week's loss against whoever they played last week Sunday. Yeah, they're done.
Okay, so you throw dirt on them, but it's a 3-horse race, and Cleveland is right there in the thick of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they could easily Deshaun Watson come back and they could catch on fire, be able to do things that they couldn't do before he got back.
I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he has.
As long as he doesn't have the rust on,
and
again,
I'll give him a game.
Hide the rust. You can hide the rust with that running game. It'd be different if he's come back to a team with no running game and a bad defense. But because they have a good running game, because they have a good defense, they can bring Deshaun along slowly until he's really back in his groove.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah,
it really, even though Alex Van Pelt is the OC, Kevin Stefanski, that's his offense. So he's gonna make sure Deshaun Watson's brought back slowly until he's about ready to really take over. So that's a dangerous offense right there. And they got I expect Mark Cooper's numbers to continue to rise even with Deshaun Watson out there.
Yes. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. That's a game. Let's see. The Browns have that's a perfect warm-up game / revenge games. The Texans, they got the Texans this week.
Oh,
he's coming back to Houston to say, watch this. I'm finna show y'all something.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. He's gonna throw about 2 or 3 touchdown passes.
It's gonna be really funny to see how the people in
I would love to see it.
NRG Stadium receive him.
You know what?
Football League. He's starting this week.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see him throw that same touchdown pass to one of his receivers, like Michael Vick did to Deshaun Jackson against the Redskins on Monday Night Football when he came back off that play action. You remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the kind of pass I want to see.
I remember that.
Yes, sir. All right, quarterbacks. Let's keep quarterbacks in the AFC. Hey, Mike White had a good game.
Man, came out of nowhere.
Hey,
22-28, 315, 3 touchdowns.
You know I like Mike White. I mean, we share the same name. That's not why. I like Mike White.
That's your long-distance cousin.
Long-distance cousin, man. Now he came in. I mean, the Jets have a good system, man. The Jets have a good system. This is. I'm happy for a lot of Jets fans. I know. This is a year, man, where their defense is stout. and their offense they've been able to still produce points even without Hall in there playing for him. I'm happy for him, man. He balled out. He balled out. Hope he does it again. I want to see some new blood in that AFC East.
Pando?
The brother came out of nowhere. Okay, like because when they said, okay, we're benching Zach Wilson, we're gonna bench him. I was like, okay, so they're gonna go with Flacco.
I thought it was Flacco that was gonna come in.
And then they come on and it's like, okay, Mike White's gonna start. Robert Sala's like, Mike White's gonna start. I'm like, who is Mike White? Like that.
And back to the Cowboys, baby. We developed them.
Listen, if I knew he was starting, I would have played him in the fantasy line, the FanDuel draft or something. I would have done it.
So you saying you knew he was gonna go throw 300 yards?
He would have been the cheapest starter.
Yeah.
Out of everyone, he probably would have been, whatever. Everyone, skill positions could have been a lot higher. If I would have known that, if I was paying attention, I would have definitely started him. Like, why not?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think anybody could have seen that he was going to have that amount of success. Nice to play against
and against Chicago. If I was paying attention,
okay, you just versus Chicago. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I would have absolutely done that. If I was paying attention, I was traveling, but I would have done it for sure.
Yeah, but this guy, like, let's be honest, Chicago's defense really isn't that bad. So he did do this against a good defense. It wasn't like he went out there against Boo Boo the Fool and threw for 300 yards. So now we're talking about the Jets, who are already in the driver's seat to get a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing it with the running game and the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got a quarterback that has an opportunity, has a chance to be dynamic. He's not going to throw for 300 yards every week, but if he can throw 200 yards and no interceptions, the Jets have just become that much more dangerous. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and it's not that the Bears' defense is bad; it's that their offense is so bad.
The defense is out there.
Any opposing defense is going to have a lot of opportunities to have the ball and to get points.
Yeah. So I just he's one of those, I guess you say, a Cinderella story. He's Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday, like the third string quarterback that just come out and like, wait, who is this? Hey, man, because that's what when I'm looking at I was looking at that game, I'm like, nobody saw that coming. Nope. But Robert Saleh knew, his staff knew.
Yeah.
That's why they leapfrog Joe Flacco and was like, no, Mike White gonna start. We gonna
too. Joe Flacco started early this year when
he started the season.
He started the season when was hurt. Zach Wilson. Yeah. He didn't perform well, so that's probably the reason why they went with Mike White.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out for him. But they were already pretty doggone good. But let's be honest, if Mike White can keep up this pace, they're gonna be a problem. And again, there's a whole lot of season left. People crowning teams early and everything because of their records and stuff. And I say it all the time. The guys who just look at box scores and records don't know what they talk about. I don't even engage in conversations or debates with them. Because like you looking at box scores, records, and a couple of ESPN highlights, and you think you're an expert. And it's like, no, did you actually watch the game? No, but I saw the highlight with it. Shut up. Get out of my face. Go drink bleach. Get out of my face. Yeah. So yeah. And it's people that do that stuff, and it's like, I've learned to get my zen back because Brandon taught me this. He's like, dude, I don't even engage in people. I know I'm smarter than them.
Yeah, man, you can't do that. You can't do that to yourself. It's not worth it.
Yeah, because normally I'd be like, because again, the teacher in me, when I hear something so egregiously stupid and wrong, is just in me to correct it. And it's like, hey, no, you're wrong, and here's why. And I want you to do better.
There you go. look at Pando growing.
Look at you, but you have learned. You have learned from the.
I've learned not to do that anymore because these are grown people that don't know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah.
And it's be like, you know what? You just be blessed and stupid. You poor unfortunate soul. I'm not going to argue with people who eat cereal with a fork. I'm just saying.
Eric,
I'm just saying.
Eric, you have developed into my middle linebacker, man. I'm proud of you, son.
Yeah, I'm just not going. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for the play action.
There you go.
I'm gonna stay in my zone.
That's right.
Can we stay AFC for a second here?
Yeah, let's go.
When are the Colts gonna draft a good quarterback and not have him over 28 years old as a starter?
Whoa.
When are they gonna do that?
Go. I'm gonna let you have it, Steve.
I'm just
on mute.
Listen, I'm gonna go back. They had Phillip Rivers at 40. They had Carson Wentz because they thought Carson Wentz and Frank Reich, their reunion is going to be just magical. Oh, guys, his Philly OC back. It wasn't. Okay. He got shipped off to Washington. He's not even starting there now. And then you bring in Matt Ryan. Who's going to be next? Who's the oldest bad quarterback they're going to bring in next? Let's see. Who's left out here?
I'll tell you what. Why don't they trade for Matthew Stafford, whose body's breaking down?
There it is.
Trade for Matthew Stafford. Body breaking down.
I see that, but they're going to keep him in LA. Who's an old quarterback they're going to keep that has nothing left in them? I'm trying
bring Ryan Fitzpatrick out of retirement.
I can see that. They would do something like that. They do something like that.
I can literally see the coach doing that. That's a mismanaged team out there, Wazoo.
They probably bring Tannehill. Tannehill be a good one. They probably bring Tannehill in that.
And if we're gonna talk about a bro moment, we could talk about the mismanagement of the clock by two coaches this week. Brian Daboll of the Giants.
Hold on.
And then we could talk about Jeff Saturday with the Colts, since we talking about the complete. You down by 2 scores against the Dallas Cowboys, and it's the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter. You down by 2 scores. You're running the ball. And you just going back to the huddle. Hey, what play are we running, guys? I don't know. But my wife is making a casserole tonight. And yeah, it's great, man. It's awesome. No, she always makes it after Thanksgiving. She uses leftover turkey and chops it up and everything. Oh, the play clock's running. Okay, guys, let's run a play. What are we doing? We're running the ball. You're down by 2 scores. Okay? Brian Daboll, you get the bro moment. And then we can talk about Monday Night Football with Jeff Saturday and not calling those timeouts.
They shouldn't even televise Colts games anymore.
See, I said the same thing. They don't flex Monday night games, but they should for this reason.
He went 5 for 13 in the first half. They only were getting yards when they handed the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. It's just bad to look at, man. And Saturday's in there, and I know he was a great player, but he's not yet, of course, ready to be a coach, which is why he wasn't a coach until 2 weeks ago. They're just not good. They should just stop showing coach football.
And here's the thing. Once we discover that a team is not that good, they shouldn't be on Monday Night Football. They shouldn't be.
I'm talking any broadcast.
Look, hold on. Let me say this. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you should not be on Monday Night Football. They don't have Peyton Manning. They don't have Andrew Luck. They don't have a franchise quarterback. You should not be on Monday Night Football. You should be on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Or if you're going to be on Sunday at 4 o'clock, then you need to be on the 4 o'clock when it's not the game of the week. That's what you need to
do. And this is my thing. When they do the schedule beforehand, okay, let's say this is spring of this year. Okay, let's do schedule Monday Night Football. Steelers, the Steelers weren't going to really be that good because this is a rebuilding year for them. Everyone knows that.
No franchise quarterback.
This is a rebuilding year for the Steelers. Everyone knows that. For the Colts, they probably didn't know who the QB would be yet. Still a rebuilding year for them. They missed playoffs last year. No one wants to see them in prime time. Nobody wants to see that.
And the Colts actually had a chance to come back and win that game. Even though nobody cares.
Against the Steelers.
Like I said, even though nobody cares.
Benny Snell is getting more carries than Najee Harris.
I got a buddy of mine who's a Steelers fan. He was like, Najee Harris does not run with any violence, and that makes me mad. You're
Mm.
240 pounds and you do not
I
run.
I disagree with that actually.
Yeah.
I actually
That's-
disagree with that statement.
Yeah.
I disagree with that one. Okay, but okay.
But yeah, so those are probably our bro moments for the week. Just questionable freaking coaching.
Your friend probably missed Jerome Bettis. That's what it is.
Yeah,
What friend?
I think Najee's plenty violent.
You say your friend
My boy, that's the Steelers fan. Yeah.
yeah, your friend
He,
misses Jerome Bettis.
he misses the bus. He misses
Yeah.
riding the bus. So
I
yeah,
missed the bus like crisscross.
yeah. Oh my God, yells. Oh wow. Wow.
And Brandon is a 90s head, man.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay.
He ain't gonna miss no 90s.
No 90s
nothing.
references.
Nothing.
All right, next topic. What we got? What are we talking about? Steve, didn't you say you want to pontificate about something about the
Oh, I already got on the Ravens. I already said my piece about
that was the Ravens? That's what it was?
That's the Ravens.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about I know we were talking about off the air. We were saying that no, Steve, you were talking about, you said you wanted to talk about these front runners for the NFC. Something about
the Eagles?
Was it the Eagles?
What about them?
Because we kind of touched on that last week. We talked about how the NFC is a huge smokescreen. It's an illusion.
It's a huge smoke screen. So I want to point out, okay, Washington has won, what is it, 6 out of 7?
Yes.
And at first I said, that's not impressive. But I had to think back. So you know what? That's pretty good because everyone they beat was kind of on the level with the exception of the Eagles. Because everyone they beat, except for the Eagles, are at least 2 games under 500. So I said that's actually good because they beating people that were tough for them. But I still don't think I think they can get the 6 or 7 spot, maybe. They have a rough road ahead of. They have a rough road ahead of them.
All 4 teams in the NFC East, if the playoffs were to start today, would be in the playoffs.
But let me finish with this. They have the Giants in a bye. And the worst thing you want when you're hot is a bye. And they have one coming up. They have a bye. They have the Giants twice. They have us, and they have some. So we're going to see. They have who was it? I think it's the Packers or somebody.
No,
they play the Packers.
No, they have the Niners.
Niners, exactly. The
Giants by Giants, Niners.
The Niners are a team that I don't think enough people are talking about, and I hate to give them credit, but their team, I don't think any NFC team wants to play in the playoffs because of the defense alone. They throw the run game in there. They're tough, man. They're tough. That's gonna be fake.
I do have something to say about the Niners and
okay.
the credit that the defense is getting. I think the defense is good. I do. Damn, Steve, where you go? I do think the defense is good. There you go. We're back. I do think the defense is good, but I don't think it. I think it's top 5, but I don't think it's as good as is rated because of who the Niners have played. For example, they shut out the New Orleans Saints this past Sunday, which is a very difficult thing. That the worst teams in the league is very difficult to shut any NFL team out. I credit, but their offense is not good. They tried every possible way they could to lose that game.
But to me, it's about. It's about a lot of these teams are used to having their way. Dallas on the right week, the Eagles almost every week. When they get stopped, like how the Niners stop teams on defense, their whole vibe changes. That's what I'm saying. Mike Tyson says, you have a plan until you get punched in the face. The Niners defense does that to people that are used to having their way. And when that happens, from what I've seen recently, it changes everything for a lot of teams. I'm not saying the Niners can go away, but I would love to see. I would pray for a Philly Niners regular season matchup. It's not going to happen this season, but that's going to be something that Philly's going to have issues because Washington punched them in the face and they weren't ready for that.
Okay,
We almost did with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I want to address this comment. It said the Niners first of all learn to spell. Niners not making it past the first round. Why? Because if you're gonna come on here with that type of slander, you're gonna have to be able to defend your answer. Now, everybody knows who actually watches this show on a regular basis know that I am the toughest critic of the 49ers, and I do not believe that they're as good as people in the media are blowing them up to be. But when you come on here saying some BS, then you're gonna have to defend your answer, sir, and prepare to get eviscerated. Because if you can't provide any facts to what you're saying, because this is my show. This ain't no chat room or nothing like that. This ain't Facebook. So bring it. Please. I invite you to. And watch me crush you. Let's go. So what do you have to say? I'll wait. In the meantime, let me finish talking.
Okay.
So the issue with the Niners is they're always banged up. Fun fact, they have not played their starting 22 this season.
At the same time.
At any game, at the same time.
Okay.
At any game this season. Okay. They're still getting guys back. And as soon as they get a guy back, they lose a guy. They just lost Elijah Mitchell for another 8 weeks with an MCL sprain.
Yep.
Okay. The problem with that is neither here nor there because injuries are everywhere in the league. It's not an excuse. My issue is with Kyle Shanahan. Well, if they play the Cowboys and that's a wrap. Oh, that's your best reply? Okay. I'll stand back for a minute. I'm going to crush this fool right now. Why, if they play the Cowboys, is that a wrap? Because the last time I checked, the Niners went to Dallas and handed them an L. Now, Steve, one of the things that you talked about was the Cowboys roster did not get better this year.
So let me answer his question. Let me answer for him.
You better get him because I am. You better get him because I'm finna crush this fool.
So the problem I have with Dallas is kind of like how I felt about the Ravens. Both teams are good enough to win enough games to get to the playoffs. But when you go against different talent in the playoffs, the best of the best, true colors show. So for Dallas's issue, in my opinion, really is two things: stopping the run, and then Dak in pressure situations, he's going to make a lot of bad throws. Dak
stop right there. I'm gonna jump off on that one because I see you brought the table out. I'm gonna slam him through it. Okay. Thank you. You set the table up. I'm about to put him through it like the Dudley Boys. Okay. So first of all, you want to sit up here and talk about it. They're gonna lose to the Cowboys. Oh yeah, I'm in stone cold mode now, son. Because you done came on my show and you done disrespected. So now I got to whoop your ass. Move on. At the tables. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Who has more interceptions this season with less games? Dak Prescott or Jimmy Garoppolo? I'll wait. Secondly, the Cowboys are averaging giving up over 130 yards a game on the ground. Jimmy G does make bad throws, but guess what? Who made more bad throws this season? Check your stats, boy, or get off my page. Yeah. Because what you talking right now, you talking out the side of your neck. I'm talking from a point of facts. Oh, I love it. Bring it, baby. Because I ain't whooped nobody ass verbally in a long time. So bring it. Come on. Because what you talking about, the whole world and the whole internet is seeing me crush you right now. So you're not talking with any facts. Go and check your stats, then get back with me if you know how to find them.
Yeah, Jamal's funny. So let me say this also. So this is the hard part about watching my team. Like, I know my team. I know when playoffs come, if we don't convert on a lot of drives, which we won't, Kellen Moore is going to get into Dak Prescott air it out mode. He's going to just go there. He's going to go there, and it's not going to work for us. And Dak can make bad throws, and we're not going to run the ball because Tony Pollard's not going to get 14 touches, which when he does, we don't ever lose a game. But that's not going to happen. It's going to be playoff time, high intensity, high emotions. Dak's going to have to throw a lot of passes because Kellen Moore wants him to.
Steve, answer me a question right quick since you're going right there. Who has the number one run defense?
San Francisco.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what happens when San Francisco stops Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott and they got to force Dak to throw?
Listen.
You got a rookie at left tackle. Both are coming off the edge.
Listen, if we get, and I'm not trying to make this a thing. I'm not trying to have Shicks on you. I'm not going to have him do this for us right now. Let
me say this. Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. Let me say this. I'm not saying that it's a sure thing that San Francisco can beat Dallas. But what I'm damn sure ain't gonna say it's a sure damn thing that the damn Dallas Cowboys are gonna beat the damn San Francisco 49ers. You can come on here and you can talk about your Dak Prescott. You can talk about your Tony Pollard. Well, Pando 316 says I just proved you wrong, son. Get off my page. Go ahead, Steve.
The Pando's crazy, man. What I'm saying is I know how my team gets in the playoffs, man. So
and don't put his comments up no more.
I know what we do. I know what we do in the playoffs. I know what Dak does. I know what we do in certain situations, man. So I wouldn't bet against it. Now, if you want to bet, Eric, y'all go ahead at it. Y'all do your thing.
Leave Odell Beckham out. Yeah, he's not on the roster.
I'm through. Somebody need to throw the towel for this fool because I'm Ivan Drago and he's Apollo Creed.
Look at why y'all let 10
Wait. Odell Beckham Jr. is not on the roster, so everybody needs to chill out on Odell Beckham, okay? Odell Beckham has 3 visits with the Giants, Dallas, and Buffalo. Leave Odell Beckham Jr. out.
Listen, y'all know Jamal's troll. Why y'all do that?
No, I don't pay attention to Jamal.
It wasn't just him. It wasn't just him. Jamal. This came up as well, so that's why.
Look, 10 started everything, man. Why y'all let him do that to y'all? Y'all haven't caught on yet, man.
I don't pay attention to Jamal.
I know he's in the background.
Little boy,
he's in the background like this.
Yeah, he can
look, you can tell he's laughing. There you go.
Yeah, Jamal a fool. That's what he does. Yeah, Jamal is a fool. And yeah.
What's up,
Rashad? You know Rashad, Brandon.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, I'm through because I'm don't argue with people who probably eat cereal with a fork. Right? I don't argue. Yeah, no, I'm not finna do that. I've made my points. I've used facts to back up my points, and this person's talking out the side of their neck, like most people who, again, look at box scores and ESPN highlights and call themselves expert. You want to have a propaganda podcast more than like go to StreamYard and make up your own podcast. We'll come on there and argue with you, and you can do what you want. Brandon, don't put that fool's comments on no more. I ain't talking about Jamal. Jamal just having fun because that's what he does. He's a regular on the show. So Jamal having fun, that's what he does.
I want to go here real quick.
Go ahead.
Since we got a couple Washington fans up in, hey, y'all like petitions, right? Washington. I want to see one to get that daggone Sean Taylor.
Oh my God!
Mess of a tribute redone.
That was terrible, man.
It's a mannequin.
Y'all want to vote on names for y'all need to show him some respect and get a petition.
It's a mannequin.
To get something right done for him. That's all I gotta say about it.
That thing came from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Nike jersey. Nike jersey. First of all, he didn't play in the Nike era. Reebok pants, Adidas shoes. Y'all need to do better than that. I need to see a tape mask.
To talk about that. I need with the brands. Yeah,
I need a stone statue with the tape. Dickinson face mask. If you play football, you know what a Dickinson face mask is. I need that going. That's all I gotta say about it.
That was very disrespectful, man. Washington, that's not just horrible as an owner. Eric, I'm gonna say this right now. You may think Houston's the worst franchise in the NFL. I think Dan Snyder just makes Washington horrible. Now, Ron Rivera, I gotta give him credit for keeping that team afloat as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Washington's the worst franchise because of Dan Snyder. They worse than Houston.
Yeah, I agree.
This is true. I mean, the Texans aren't up for sale, so I mean, you have an excellent point. I can't argue with that. So, but the NFC right now, and we touched on this last week, so we're not gonna beat a dead horse, but the NFC is, all of the yelling and screaming aside and all of that stuff. The NFC is still a big conundrum. It's a big enigma. It's a big mystery because there are a lot of teams who have good records who are not as good as their record indicates. And there are a lot of teams who have borderline records. They might be just under 500 or right at 500 or just above 500 that are way better than what their record would indicate. So you got to let this play out. So basically, the guy that came on that made his statement was asinine 10, 11, and 12. Basically just automatically assuming how the playoffs are going to play out. That shows your ignorance because for you to say something like that shows you don't know, you're not paying attention to the actual pulse of the NFL. Because right now, the NFC, if you're really looking at it holistically, take your fan hat off and actually look at it as an analyst like we do, you would know that this could wind up any kind of way. Now, the season ends right now. There's 4 teams from the NFC East in the playoffs, and just the champions from the other divisions. But I guarantee you, in 3 or 4 weeks, all that could change.
Oh, yeah.
And we got how many more weeks?
Well, see, this is week 13 coming up. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We got 6 more weeks of football. All this stuff could change.
And it will.
There's no clear-cut front runner because everybody can get touched. Everybody was jockeying Minnesota. The Cowboys eviscerated them. Everybody was jockeying Dallas. The week before that, the Green Bay Packers, who are awful, eviscerated them on the ground with the running game. Everybody was talking about the Eagles. The Washington Commanders came in there, eviscerated them. No guts at all. Just pulled their guts out, left them out on the road like roadkill. So everybody can get got. Everybody can. I'm ready to do my picks now.
All right, go for it. Let's do it. Pando's picks.
All right. So it's week 13. I got the Bills over the Pats. I'm not. No, you don't need to be sorry. Just do better. Do better so you know better. That's all. I'm done. I got the Bills over the Pats.
Definitely.
Mac Jones is their quarterback, and against that defense, he's a sitting duck. Because even Von Miller's not seriously hurt. He may not play this week, but they have other pass rushers that are not household names on that Bills defense.
And Joe Judge is the quarterback's coach.
Yep. So Matt Patricia's the offensive coordinator.
You need an offensive coordinator? Call me.
So I got the Bills. They've had some really stinky games that they managed to pull out. I think this one's going to be a clear-cut win. I'm not going to call it a stone cold lock, but
okay,
I like the Bills over. It's a divisional game. The Bills realizing that they can be touched, and they starting to realize it's like, hey, we need to tighten it down. And I think it's going to be the game they tighten it down.
Okay.
Give me the Bears over the Packers. Now, this one here is a pick 'em, and simply because of the quarterback situation of both teams. You got Aaron Rodgers with his rib injury and the broken thumb.
Mm-hmm.
You got the shoulder thing happening with Justin Fields. It's basically whoever starts their actual quarterback and what health they're in. Now, if neither one of them start and they're going with the backups, give me the Bears because they're at home. That's it. Now, Aaron Rodgers starts, Justin Fields starts too. I like the Packers, but right now I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to start.
Okay.
Because like Aaron Rodgers says, I own you. And he said he owns the Bears. We finna find out. Give me the Falcons over the Steelers. Steelers played a good game against the Colts, but let's be honest, that's the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay. The Falcons are another dark horse team, just like the Commanders, that can jump on you and
really
in your eye.
Okay.
And then the very next week, completely crap the bed.
Yep.
That's the Falcons.
Yep.
That is the Falcons.
That's
so
the
it depends on which Falcons team you get. If you get the good Falcons team, you in for a ride, buddy. You in for a fight, and you might lose.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on which Falcon team shows up. They're the home team, so I'm gonna go with that. First of all, let me say something about the Steelers. George Pickens is him. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to George Pickens because the Steelers don't have a great record. But my God, if the Steelers had a better record, George Pickens would probably be a Rookie of the Year candidate.
That's why Chase Claypool got traded.
That's exactly why he got traded. It's like, we got this kid. We don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I haven't seen body control from a wide receiver like that since Chris Carter. His body control and his hands are amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but at the same time, I still got the Falcons winning this.
Okay.
Going away. So, but yeah, I had to give this man his props. I saw him make a catch Monday night. I was like, that can't be complete. Wow, that was complete. Yeah, it was amazing. Give me, hold on, upset special. Give me the Jets over the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't think it's an upset. The Vikings are not that good.
Okay.
They're not that good.
So Steve, I know why he's saying upset because
I know why you saying that.
A lot of people
what he's saying.
I
A
know
lot
why
of
it's
people
an
on
upset.
national media gonna sit there and say it's an upset.
I
But
know that.
but you know the three of us
I know why
know
it's upset because of their record and all that. I get it.
Exactly.
I get it. But yeah.
But I like the Jets defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I like Sauce Gardner matching up against Justin Jefferson.
Listen, if they put
Now,
pressure,
hold on. I heard that they may not play each other that much in this game, even though they
don't
both
have to. If you put pressure in the Kirk Cousins face early, he's gonna get flustered. His whole game's gonna be off.
And they can apply
that's
pressure.
the one formula to stopping them.
Robert Saleh knows how to draw up a great defensive game plan.
Yeah.
And if Mike White can do 2/3 of what he did last week,
What is Jay?
wait,
talking about.
Why? All right, keep going.
Now get your frat brother. Oh God,
Keep going.
He throwing my stuff all the way. That's the brush trolling.
Pando's pick. Pando's. What's your next pick?
Okay, I'm going with my next pick.
Yo,
Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions over the Jags. I like the Lions over the Jags. The Lions are at home. They hungry. They realize, hey, we can beat some people that we're not supposed to beat.
Hey,
and the Lions. Wait a minute. And the Lions are a better team this time.
And I think the Lions going to get that receiver out there on the field.
They bring him along slowly. I don't want them to throw him out there. Like
No.
Williamson. Williamson.
Yeah, Williamson. Yeah.
I don't want them.
I think he's playing. I think he's playing Sunday.
Because you got Amon St. Brown, and he's enough.
Yes.
That boy is.
I'm around. Yeah.
Vastly underrated.
Yes.
This again because of the team he's on.
Yeah,
if Amon St. Brown is on, say
the Packers,
the Chiefs or the Packers or something like that, we be talking about him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But because he plays for the Detroit Lions, he's not getting the pub. But he is a fantastic receiver. And Jared Goff is doing enough. He's doing enough. That's it. He don't have to save the world. Just do enough. So yeah, Lions over Jags. Give me the Eagles over the Titans, but hold on. If the Titans can really get that running game going, the Eagles are going to have a problem.
That's going to be a good game.
The Eagles, I'm going to be honest, most of your NFC East teams struggle stopping the run.
It's true. Very true.
All four of them have an issue with stopping the run.
Yet they all run well, which is weird, right?
Which is crazy. It's insane. But all of them have issues stopping the run. Yeah. If they can get Derrick Henry going in Derrick Henry fashion, and Derrick Henry can Derrick Henry, then we could see an upset right there. But the Eagles are at home. Now Chauncey Gardner Johnson, he's out indefinitely. He's a major cog in the wheel in that he forces run defense. He's off flying all over the field. It's not really a big issue with the Titans because I don't trust Tannehill slinging it all over the field against that secondary. But if they can get their running game going, it's something to watch. I still like the Eagles though, but the Titans, don't be shocked if the Titans win. Browns at Texans.
Enough said.
Let me tell you something. Browns, and I hope y'all can hear this. Let me tell you something. Deshaun Watson is coming back to the city that has allegedly slandered his name, messed up his career, kept him out of football for about 2 years now. That's the first thing. It's a revenge game for him. It's his first game back. The stage is set for a huge melodrama right here. And let's not forget, the Browns are just clearly a better team than the Houston Texans at this point. So even if Jacoby Brissett was playing, I would still probably have that be a stone cold luck. But Deshaun Watson, once again, like I said before, is the icing on the cake for this particular week. Oh my goodness. He's coming back to his old stadium. Yeah. Let me show you what y'all missing. You know how your girl break up with you or whatever like that, and she go off and do her own thing, and then you get with your new girl who looks better than her, got more going for her, got better education, all that other stuff like that, and then you just parade her in front and say, "Look, this is what you missing." That's what Deshaun Watson about to do because he's on a better team. He's parading around and those chicks are gonna be at the game.
That's true. They are. That's true. They said that they were gonna be there.
Oh,
His
really?
accusers and all that. Yeah, they said they're going to the game.
I don't even think that's gonna bother.
Jahil's
Deshaun.
right. No,
I don't
it's
even
not.
think that's gonna bother Deshaun. So yeah, that's my Stone Cold lock of the week. Next, that's Browns over Texans. Give me the Giants over the Commanders this week.
Mm.
Okay.
And you notice why I said this week,
That's gonna be a
because
good game.
Commanders
They
have
play
a
'em
bye
again.
next, and they
Yeah.
play them again. And if everybody stays healthy, I like the Commanders winning the next time when they're in DC.
Okay.
I think they're gonna split this series.
I think they'll split it some kind of way.
Now, the Commanders are getting Chase Young back. Daniel Jones is mobile, but I think Chase Young can chase him down. Don't be shocked if the Commanders fool around and sweep these guys. Okay? I know Steve's like, I did Chase Young, got a poor man's Preston Smith. I know. Okay? But don't be shocked if the Commanders sweep this series. I think whoever wins this one Sunday is going to lose the other one.
I think they split it some kind of way. They're gonna split it. Yeah,
they're gonna split that series. Okay. Next game, give me the Ravens over the Broncos.
Oh,
I'm going everyone over the Broncos.
I only pick one Stone Cold lock of the week, but that's another Stone Cold lock.
I'm going everyone over the Broncos.
I think if you putting your money on this game, do not put any money. That you talking about, let's ride. That Bronco is dead. That horse is dead. You can't make it. You can beat it. You can't ride that horse no more.
Hey, look,
that's the
Nathaniel Hackett will be fired on Monday.
That's the first one that's gonna be gone. That's the
next one gonna be gone. Yeah.
Matt Rule's first. That's the next one that's gonna be gone.
It was Matt Rule, and then it was what's the name for the Colts?
Oh yeah,
Frank Wright.
So he'll be but you Hackett to be next. Hackett to be next.
Yeah, Hackett's about to be gone on Monday. Bye.
Hackett is gonna be next. So yeah, Ravens over Broncos. That would have been my Stone Cold lock if it wasn't for the Browns Texas game.
Hey, look, hold on real quick. Denver should have gotten Dan Quinn when they had the opportunity.
Yes, they did.
Hey, that's all season. Give me a call, Denver.
Yes, they should have. Okay. Give me the Dolphins over the Niners. Even though the Niners are at home and they're really good at home. But here's the thing. This is what people don't need to realize. And I'm going to go with this hypothesis until proven wrong. Mike McDaniel was the brains of the Kyle Shanahan offense.
Especially back in Washington, back in 2012.
Mike McDaniel's about to prove he wants to get out of Kyle Shanahan's shadow. And if you really look at it and you really pay attention to it, the 49ers offense is struggling. There's no reason for them to struggle with that many weapons. There's no reason for that offense to struggle the way it is. That's Kyle Shanahan and the absence of Mike McDaniel. Okay. Meanwhile, Miami's offense is rolling.
Yeah, and the defense is
with a quarterback that a lot of people had doubts about. They had a lot of doubts about him. All of a sudden, he's looking great, but it's the offense that he's in that's led by Mike McDaniel and a bunch of 49er cast-offs, Jeff Wilson Jr., Raheem Mostert, Trent Sherfield. Some people don't even know who Trent Sherfield is. That know this offense, and they are rolling. And to this game here, now, hopefully Miami won't dog walk the Niners. I see them winning by a touchdown because the defense is going to be tough. But this is going to be the first week in about 5 weeks that the Niners are going to give up a second half score. Because they've been shutting out opponents in the second half for 5 weeks.
The offense, they're definitely going to score.
They're going to do some scoring. Okay.
Could you imagine Lamar Jackson was with Mike McDaniels?
That's terrifying. I don't even want to think about that. That would keep me up at night. That would keep. But what I'm saying right now is Mike McDaniels is out to prove that he was the brains of the operation. He's been under Kyle Shanahan in almost every coaching position Kyle Shanahan has had. He interned under Mike Shanahan.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Mike McDaniel was in Houston with Kyle Shanahan. He was in Atlanta with Kyle Shanahan. He was in Washington with Kyle Shanahan. I believe he was in Cleveland with Kyle Shanahan. No. So that's why I said in 2012, Mike McDaniel really probably ran out of offense, but
It's
you know,
time.
Shanahan, so whatever.
It's time for Kyle Shanahan to prove that he got where he got in his career on his own merit. Because right now, Mike McDaniels is showing he done split off from Kyle and he's having great success. Now, is Mike McDaniel Andy Reid or Mike Holmgren that split off from Bill Walsh? Is it that type of situation? Or is Mike McDaniel really the brains of the operation and Kyle been getting all the credit? We finna find out.
We're gonna see.
Kyle has the better defense.
That's gonna be a good one.
And the weapons are about evenly matched. Okay. Now, granted, we don't have Elijah Mitchell. Okay. But there's a rookie named Jordan Mason, and I'm so glad he's a bowling ball. He's like Christian McCaffrey's a screwdriver. This guy's a hammer. So if we about to find out, but y'all know how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. Okay. He the dumbest smart kid in the class. Okay.
Your favorite head coach of 49ers history.
Also, Jimmy Garoppolo's the quarterback. And I keep saying week after week, he's going to have a stinker real soon. Now, I hope that stinker was this game last Sunday where he didn't really do a whole lot. He threw like one touchdown. He threw a pick that got called back because of defensive holding. But I hope that was his stinker game and he recycles and comes back to being good Jimmy. But he's due for a stinker. This could be the game.
Okay.
This could be. So I got the fans over the Niners. Give me the Seahawks over the Rams. Do I need to explain why?
No. It
ain't because the Seahawks good. It's because the Rams so damn bad.
Stafford out, Cup out, Robinson out, Donald
and
out.
And guess what? They still lost without them playing.
So
I'm sorry.
Next.
Tariq Woolen clamps down Cooper Kupp. Kobe Bryant, not the basketball player, rest in peace. The other corner clamps down whoever the other receiver is, Allen Robinson, if he was healthy. But you got no Allen Robinson, you got no Cooper Kupp, you got no Mr. Throw a pick a game, Stafford. So
no Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald is questionable for this game.
It's over.
They say a lot of these guys are shut down for the season, man, because of where they are.
I would.
They shut down.
They brushing dirt off of them. People didn't throw dirt. I threw dirt on them like around week 1.
Hey, you threw. Hey, look. You throw dirt. I'm putting manure on them.
Dang, you gonna make sure that the flowers grow, huh? Okay. All right, that's what we doing. All right, but yeah, Seahawks over Rams, and watch the hype train follow the Seahawks after this win. But it's like, bruh, because the Seahawks are going to manhandle them. They're going to manhandle them. Okay, but going back to the Niners Miami game. This is a statement game for the 49ers. If people in the media that love the 49ers and claim them, they contenders, if they're going to be considered that, they got to win this game. They have to. Or at the very least, they got to make it a dog fight. I can see if they lose in overtime or one last minute score. That's legit. Okay. But that's a statement game. Okay. Chargers at Raiders. This is a pick'em game. I don't know if that was the real Raiders last week against the Seahawks or not. If we get more of that, then yeah, but I still got the Chargers coming.
Well, you're not going to get more 200 plus rushing yards a game.
Yeah. Now wait a minute. Now hold on. You said that, Steve, but they are banged up in the middle of that defensive line for the Chargers.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking Jacobs ain't going to have 200 plus yards every week.
No. I agree with you. He's not going to have 200 plus.
I'm not saying they're not going to win. I'm not saying they're not going to win.
Yeah, but Jacobs could be extremely effective if Josh McDaniels pulls his head out of his proverbial colon and actually runs the ball and stop trying to make Derek Carr throw it all over the yard. Okay? And just open up play action off that run because you can run on the Chargers. That being said, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are playing. I like the Chargers.
Okay.
This is another really good game. I'm really going to watch this. Chiefs and Bengals. I like the Chiefs over the Bengals until proven otherwise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs are there. The Chiefs right now are what Buffalo was at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, who can beat them? God.
The Chiefs, they've been starting slow these past couple of seasons.
Yeah, and now they're on fire. They're on fire.
They've been doing that for the past 3 years in a row.
Travis Kelce, first team All-Pro tight end right now, market, Did you see what he did to Jalen Ramsey last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's time for Jalen Ramsey to either move to
retire.
safety. Oh, well, wait a minute. Safeties have to cover tight ends. Never mind. Yeah, no. Jalen Ramsey, you are not him. Yeah, you're not him.
It's time for some players on the Rams to retire.
Yeah, you're not him, Jalen. Okay, give me the Cowboys over the Colts by probably 14 to 17.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dog walk. It's gonna be a dog walk.
I'm gonna agree because this is my input. Pressure on Matt Ryan. He's not mobile.
He's not mobile.
He's gonna get touched.
Right. Now here's how the Colts can maybe stave off their ultimate doom, their impending doom. You still have Jonathan Taylor, who's still playing at a high level.
Dallas has to stop the run.
But that's not gonna be enough though with Matt Ryan. That's not gonna be. That's
over.
Matt Ryan is a statue.
That's not gonna be enough with Matt Ryan at quarterback and their receivers. It's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough.
No.
Yeah. So give me the Cowboys. I don't know what the Vegas line of the game is, but I got them by 2 scores at least. Unless Dak decides to Dak it up. Because Dak has had some undackish type of games.
Yeah,
like, what the hell was that?
I think that's a game where the defense they come out the gates like they did against a team like the Vikings, to be honest, and just get Matt Ryan out of his rhythm immediately.
Yeah. So last game, Saints and Bucks. Hey, Titus is on here watching. He's a dedicated fan to our show. I love Titus. He's our fraternity brother.
Jahil too.
Jahil's on here, but I just got to be real. Taking off my fan hat, taking off my friendship hat, my fraternity hat, and just being an analyst, the Bucks are gonna win that game by a score. Because Andy Dalton is not what's up. Taysom Hill is not what's up. Okay, I know the Bucks are struggling. They looking a hot mess, but they gonna be clean enough to win this game.
Now, if that goes the other way, the NFC South, those standings down there,
the NFC South is
gonna get a little mixy. Yeah,
the NFC South is
because they're only a game back.
Yeah, it's insane. Like we were talking earlier, the NFC South may have a winner of that division that is under 500. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened since
the Panthers did it.
It was.
Oh no, Washington did it. Didn't they win it? Washington 7-9?
No, it was the Seahawks.
Washington was 9-7 in 2015.
I'm talking about before that.
No.
Yes.
I want to say it was Seahawks.
No, they weren't.
It was the Seahawks, and the Saints had to travel to.
That's what it was. Definitely, they were 7-9. They were 7-9. You're right. Seattle was 7-9. Yep.
They were 7-9 division winner.
Yep.
So that very likely could be the fate of the NFC South. It very well could be.
Yep.
So to recap the picks: Bills over Pats, Bears over Packers, Falcons over Steelers, Jets over Vikings, Lions over Jags, Eagles over Titans, Browns over Texans, Giants over Commanders, Ravens over Broncos, Fins over Niners, Seahawks over Rams, Chargers over Raiders, Chiefs over Bengals, Cowboys over Colts, and Bucks over Saints.
All right, ladies and
gentlemen. I'm not always right, but I'm more right than I'm wrong. I'm right more times than I'm wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that was another week of Just a Fan Podcast. We are currently live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you missed it, this show will always be on YouTube, but you can also listen to us on Google, Apple, and Spotify podcasts. If you're on the YouTube side, please hit the like button, subscribe, share if you haven't already. We're on every week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. I am quarter host, the Wildcat quarterback, NFL encyclopedia of this thing, Coach Williams. To my, whatever. That's my middle linebacker right there. That's my middle linebacker right there. The defensive hunter, Pando 316 right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, down below, The man.
Hold on, son. Listen to me when I'm talking, bro. You ain't through getting my outro yet. You can get to Steven right now.
Anyway, as I was saying, the man who's the closest to making it to the NFL, Steve White, wide receiver, Morgan State University, baby. Let's go.
We're not close.
You can talk about your records. You can talk about your box scores for Pando.